Okay. Share ko muna yung aking desktop. Are you seeing now my desktop, Plus?
Yes po.
Okay, so first topic is about responsive website design. Okay, so ang goal natin dito and also objectives to understand on how to be able to design a responsive web pages, no, with your website, okay, and understand all the elements um, of the website and understand also yung mga um, commands and elements, no, na pwedeng ilagay or um, maintindihan natin, no, when using um, the CSS. Kasi CSS lang naman ang ano ang gagamitin natin for the website design. Okay? So sa website design, ang importante rito is to understand ano yung mga behavior, ano yung um, resolution ng different devices. Okay? Sa behavior, sa orientation, we have two orientation, no, when it comes to mobile and tablet devices. So meron landscape and also portrait orientation. So for the webs for the website, maraming ano, maraming gino-consider. Pero sa mobile, dalawa lang yung gino-consider, portrait and landscape. Sa using desktop and laptop, different size, no, and yung browser, depende rin, no, kung ano yung size ng browser when it comes to ano, no, adjusting or resizing yung browser. Okay? So, responsive website design, no, you can design a responsive website in 5 primary steps. Number one, understand the elements of responsive design. Ingredients of most basic websites, setting the right viewport, and responsive website design templates. Meron ako mga i-share na mga websites, no, na it can give the website designer and also developers different templates. Depende doon sa mga application or type ng or yung team, no, ng website na i-develop. Okay? Then number 5 is how to define your media queries and also your breakpoints, no, for number 6. So to understand the elements of a responsive design, um, the person, Sonia Gregory, writes that responsive web design creates a system for a single site to recognize and react to the size of the user's device. Okay? And she goes on to say that responsive design has 3 elements at its foundation. Okay? And ito yung observation niya. No? So, meron daw 3 elements na it becomes a foundation. No? Number 1, a fluid grid. Number 2, a flexible images and text and also the media queries. Okay, so fluid grid, pagka nag-resize ka ng browser, parang ano, no, parang tubig na sinali mo sa different containers, no. Sumusunod siya doon sa size ng containers, no. So it's a fluid grid. No? Na pagka sa browser naman, pagka nagre-resize ka ng browser, unti-unti, or using different devices, yung website sumusunod lang siya. Okay? Then flexible images, pwedeng nagre-reduce yung size. Okay? Nagre-reduce yung size, automatic. No? Depende dun sa size ng width and height ng device. And also yung text, it varies also, no? Kung nagre-reduce ba yan. As far as the uh, friendliness, no, ng text doon sa user or visitor ng website, no? Kasi using a sa CSS, no, using a percentage, although ang percentage unit scalable, but it is enough ba to use or tama ba to use the percentage unit para doon sa text? Okay? So we have to understand kung ano yung ano, no? Kung ano yung dapat and kailangan ng website visitors. Okay? So a fluid grid will allow a website to appear bigger or smaller depending on the size of the visitor's device. And so flexible images and text will also appear bigger or smaller, not at all, or be swapped out depending on the visitor's device. Okay? So sa images and text, pwedeng mag-reduce ng size or maximize the size depending na dun sa size ng device na ng user. Or swap out, meaning, minsan, ano rin, no? Nag-hide, hina-hide din. Okay? Or swap out, ibig sabihin, na transfer into another place. Okay? Pagka sa mobile device, yung content ng website, makikita mo, naka-arrange siya vertically. Okay? Kasi ang device or yung mobile device is not designed to scroll left and right. Okay? It is designed to scroll up and down. So wala kayong makikita na, na application na pwede mo i-scroll left and right. No? O pwede yan doon sa mga website na merong carousel. But the carousel will not an option or best option when it comes to smaller device, no, na mag-open yung website. Okay? So, doon sa mga website na like for example, yung sa sa PUP. Have you tried to open your PUP website using mobile? Nag-a-appear ba yung yung carousel na similar with the a larger device like laptop or desktop? So hindi siya suggested to open yung mga ganong feature ng website. Okay? And lastly, it is the job of media queries to make fluid grids and flexible images and text appear correctly. Okay? So media queries, you will find the media queries using the CSS. So mamaya papakita ko sa inyo. I'll give you example kung paano siya i-define. So let's give media queries a bit of a breakout explanation since they do the heavy lifting in responsive web design. So kasi siya yung talagang gagamitin natin for being a fluid grid, a flexible images and text with your website. Number 2, ingredients of most basic websites. There should be a header, logo, navigation, body, content, sidebar content, footer, copyrights, and social links. No? Sa header, ito yung location ng logo, navigation, or yung navigation items, and also information regarding the company. No? And most of the time, meron din siyang search field, no? Inside of the header location. Okay? For the body, ang makikita natin dito usually content, sidebar content and also other contents. Okay. And then the footer, lower part of the website, um, nandito yung copyrights, social links, and other information related din dun sa owner ng website, no? Like yung email address, contact information, and so on. Okay. So, uh, this is a common design, no, na makikita natin with a website. Ito yung mga position, mga logo, ng header, and other links, no? And yung information ng company, like yung name, and also yung search field, no? Under the header area or section. Then, yung navigation, very common na nandito sa ibabaw rin, no? Ng content, body content. Okay? So, this is a common design that we could find with every website. Okay? So, depende doon sa team ng website. Okay? Then, you have other contents kasama doon sa body section, no? Anong HTML document mo. Then, sa lower part is always located yung footer, okay? Containing yung copyright, okay? Date ng ano, no? Yung last update, no? So, date ang included din yung date dito. Also, yung email address, contact information ng company. Okay? So, when you design a website, then you're also planning to be responsive yung website design mo into a different devices. You're planning to how to display yung header part and also yung navigation. Okay? And then also yung content. So sa content mo, you have sidebar content and other content. So paano mo i-design yun? Usually it's naka-ano lang siya, naka-vertical lang. But with the navigation items, hindi na ganito yung makikita natin. Most of the time, ang ginagawa dyan, hina-hide na siya. Okay? So nagkakaroon na siya ng hamburger type menu o yung tatlong horizontal bar. Okay? That is a ano no, tawag dyan is hamburger type menu. Okay? So once the user click that icon, nagro-roll down yung yung navigation item, and with enough space between the navigation items, kasi using the mobile device, maliit lang yung maliit lang yung screen, so dapat hindi tabi-tabi yung mga items, okay? Para pagka ginamitan ng pointing hand ng user, hindi mali or hindi magkakamali yung pag-press ng user. Okay? So dapat you have to organize properly yung website mo into a smaller devices. Okay, so now the number 3 is setting the right viewport. What is viewport? Viewport is the user's visible area of the web page. Okay. And the viewport varies with the device and will be smaller on a mobile phone than on a computer screen. HTML5 introduced a method to let the web designers take control over the viewport through the HTML meta tag. Okay, so the syntax is this. We have a meta HTML tag with an attribute name, value is viewport. Okay, so ito yung gagamitin natin to be able your web page or website maging responsive siya, no? But not only this, no? Kasi ang kinukuha ang gagawin ni viewport with this value ng content, no, width equals device width, and also initial scale equals to 0. Okay? So ano ba yung content na attribute with value, width, and also yung initial scale? So the width with the value device width, this is a part of sets that the width of the page to follow the screen width of the device. Okay? So regardless kung ano yung device na ginagamit. So without any programming, yung width equals device width will follow kung ano yung device na ginamit ng user. Okay? Depende kung ano yung ginamit ng user. No? Then the initial scale, the second value ng content with the value 1.0, this is a part set the initial zoom level when the page is first loaded by the browser. Okay? So yung zoom level niya, parang ang sinasabi ng initial scale is meron akong ganitong settings with a larger device. Then pagka ginamit ako using a smaller device, no, the initial scale is also equals to 1.0. Okay? Similar with the previous device na mas malaki. Okay? So I have an example. So it's a simple example lang na ipapakita ko sa inyo. I-execute natin to later. So this is using a browser. Yung example ko is without viewport setting. Kaya lang iba yung hindi ko matandaan ko ano yung browser na ginamit ko dito. No? But let me share to you yung example ko. Both nasa exam kasi both site, no, with viewport and also without viewport. Responsive. Okay. With viewport. And this is without viewport. So you open ko yan. Open. Wala. Isa lang muna. Open with Firefox. Tapos yung isa, without viewport, open with Firefox also. Okay. So using 100% view or zoom rate ng browser, hindi natin makikita, walang notice or noticeable changes doon sa dalawang page. Okay? So, kung mapapansin nyo, this is with viewport na settings or HTML tag. This is without viewport, pero halos wala silang difference. No? But let me use the emulator ng browser. No? So, from the developer tools, gamit tayo na, so this is the Galaxy. The tangkulan, okay? So this sample of a page using a Galaxy S10, ang width niya is 360 and yung height is 760. So yung view natin ang orientation view is portrait. Portrait yan. Pagka landscape, ganito ang magiging view. Okay? Portrait natin kasi mas viewable yung yung viewport pagka naka-portrait siya. And then sa responsive without viewport, punta ulit tayo sa more tools, web developer tools, and then Okay. Without viewport. This is with viewport. Ay, bakit gano'n? Hindi siya nagbago. Let me check. With viewport, ito yung viewport natin. Okay? Then, yung image natin is a PUP logo.png with 380 by 380. Okay? Yung width niya is 380. Height is also 380. Dito naman, without viewport, so wala tayong settings ng viewport. No? Wala tayong meta HTML tag dito. But yung image natin is also has a width value 380 and also height is 380. So basically identical talaga yung dalawa, no? Ang pinagkaiba lang, yung una walang viewport, ito may viewport. Then the second one without viewport. So dito dapat makikita natin yung difference ng dalawa. I don't know kung bakit. Let me check. Tapos, responsive ba? Ganon. Let me try with another browser. Hindi dapat ganyan. Sa Edge. Try natin sa Pinapahiya ako nito. Okay, then ito portrait. Tapos naka 100 portrait dyan. Pipili ngayon tayo na iPad mini. Ang lalaki na ito. Ito, maliit lang to. Samsung Galaxy S8. So this is without viewport. Okay, without viewport. Open tayo ng isa pa. Yung with viewport naman. Copyhin natin yung link. And let's go to Edge. And more tools para doon sa developer tools. Yan. 100% yung view natin. Okay. So the same emulator, no? Galaxy S8 Plus, yung ginamit natin. Okay. So this view, meron siyang viewport. Okay. Yung example na to with viewport. The other example, using the same emulator, Samsung Galaxy S8. Pakita natin. Okay, so 100%. Yung orientation, naka-portrait. Okay? Pero, yung makikita ninyo, mapapansin ninyo, yung difference no, doon sa image, hindi nag-maximize using the browser. Okay? Hindi nag-maximize. Dito, min-maximize niya. Okay? So, sinunod niya yung with viewport. Viewport width equals device width. Initial scale is equals to 1. Okay? So, dito, without the viewport, ang i-display niya is actually yung given size, no? Width and also yung height. Okay? So, merong merong improvement na ginagawa. Dapat ganito yung lalabas sa sa Firefox. I don't know bakit hindi siya sumusunod. No? Yung responsive dapat hindi siya sumusunod. Okay. Sa Internet Explorer, na natin. This is with viewport. liitan lang natin. Developer tools. Tapos yung emulator natin, allow, portrait, then custom size, 300, dito yan, width, 300 or 360 by 600. Okay. So with viewport, ganito yung magiging view. Okay, ganito yung magiging view. Without viewport, emulator, portrait, and 360 ba yun? By 600. Okay. So parang wala epekto, no? Okay. Parang wala epekto rito. Iba-iba yung actually iba-iba yung nagiging behavior. Refresh. Okay. This is without viewport. Ito with viewport. So iba yung nagiging behavior. Anyway. Pero ito expected ko hindi mag-function yung viewport doon sa Internet Explorer version 11. So expected yan. But dito sa sa Firefox, hindi ko alam bakit bakit ganito yung naging behavior niya. So since wala naman siya, ito without this viewport, dito wala naman siyang viewport, pero okay, there is something na na nangyayari dito sa Anyway, so ito yung example ko. This is an example na ginawa ko using also Firefox. Pero same device emulator, same width and height, and also naka 100%. Tapos pareho. Okay, so setting the right viewport. So let me share to you yung site na to. And it could give you details on how to compare yung mga sizes mo. Kasi yung mga unit na ginagamit using the viewport nito, no? There are 4 viewport-based units in CSS. VH, viewport height, viewport width, viewport mean, and also viewport max. So ano yung difference nila with other units na ginagamit natin sa CSS. So let me read this. If the viewport is 1200 px wide, okay, px, and 1000 px high, yung value ng viewport is 10 VW. Okay? So mas malaki, imagine mo, 1200 px wide yun. Pero sa viewport, it's just 10 VW lang. Okay? 10 VW lang. Tapos, pagka naman sa high, 1000 px high, 120 naman sa 120 px naman. 120 px. Ano naman, no? 10 VH naman sa sa viewport, no? Okay. Ito pala, the value of 10 VW will be 120 PX. So yung equivalent nung 10 VW mas malaki doon sa, although yung 120 is larger, no, kasi yung standard natin sa 100% rate ng browser is 16px. So yung viewing or yung viewport is 120px pagdating sa viewport. Okay? Then sa view height, mas malaki rin, 100px. Yung pinaka view niya. Okay? So similar with the Vmax and also Vmin. Mas malaki yung view. Okay. And then for the responsive web design templates, I don't know kung nakita nyo na to with w3schools.com. And bago lang to, no, na ino-offer ni W3 Schools. Pwedeng gamitin ito, but not with the final project. Okay? So, very obvious naman pagka gumamit kayo ng template. Okay? Kasi binabasa ko rin naman yung mga binabasa ko rin naman yung mga codes and also makikita naman kung ano yung design, no, na hindi gumamit ng template and also yung gumamit ng template. Kasi halos kabisado ko yung mga templates class. No? And this template could be used, no, by any group, no, na merong project outside, but not with the final project natin. Okay? So, pwede nyo gamitin yung mga ganito, just like, kumpleto na to actually. Kumpleto yan. Papalitan nyo na lang yung content. And functional, yung mga links na yan. Also, responsive yan. Okay? Responsive yan. You can check doon sa developer tools yung responsiveness niya. Okay? Depende doon sa browser or sa type ng device na gagamitin ninyo. So, halimbawa, ito yung gagamitin mo. This is for landscape view. For portrait, ganito yung nakikita mo. Okay? So, ito yung sinasabi ko na naka-arrange siya vertical. Vertical lang kasi ang device na mas maliit is designed to scroll up and down lang. Okay? So, merong mga swap out yung lumalabas and also yung navigation. Okay? So, nawawala yung navigation mo. Okay? Itatago niya. Okay? So, nandun lang siya sa may nagkakaroon ka ng hamburger type link or menu for your navigation items. Okay? So next is define your media queries. So what is media queries? Media queries is a CSS technique introduced in CSS3, and it uses the @media rule to include a block of CSS properties only if a certain condition is true. Okay, so tatandaan nyo yun. Yun daw @media rule to include a block of CSS properties only if a certain condition is true. So magpo-function lang siya or magra-run lang yung rule mo if a certain condition is true. Okay? Example. So this example is already here. Nandito na yan. XMed1. Okay, so using Internet Explorer version 11, open natin to. Okay. Pero increase natin yung view niya. So besides the browser window, when the width of this document is 650 pixels or less, the background color is light blue. Otherwise, it is light green. So let me show to you yung program na yan. Close ko na to yung dalawa. So it's a xmed1.html. Okay, so ang initial CSS natin is this. So basically, we have the body element selector with this CSS rule or declaration. Okay. Initially, we have a background color property with the value light green. So light green yung browser natin, yung body. Okay. Then we have how many at media? Dalawa. At media, only screen and the maximum width is 650 px. Okay, so ibig sabihin, pagka yung browser or yung device naka-maximum width or lower than 650 px, ang background color is light blue. Okay? So dalawa yung or tatlo yung natin, yung CSS natin. One for the initial CSS. Another CSS is for size ng device na merong 650 px maximum. Lower than 650 px but not equal to 450 px. Ang background natin is color blue. Okay? But kung yung maximum width reach these 450 px or lower than 450 px kasi yung property natin is maximum width. So ang background natin is blue. Okay? Background is blue. Then yung paragraph is color yellow. Okay? So ganun yung mga changes. Or CSS rules using Atmedia na mag-i-style doon sa website natin or web page natin. Okay? Depende doon sa size ng browser. So, hindi naman sinabi kung ano yung height, but ang importante rito is yung width. Kasi yung width ang kinukuha natin. But using using a mobile device, dalawa yung importante. Yung width na mas malaki and yung width na mas maliit. Kasi landscape and also portrait. Okay? Parehong width ang kinukuha natin doon and not the height. Okay. So yung current number of pixels natin with this browser is more than 650 px or pixel. So yung color natin is light green. Then unti-unti i-reduce ko yung size ng browser to see what will happen. Kung na-reach natin yung 650 pixels, dapat yung color ng page natin, yan, light blue na. Okay? Pagka greater than 650, light green. Pagka pumasok doon sa 650 or lower than 650, light blue yung background natin. Okay? So, ang nangyayari, class, pakita ko muna sa inyo. So, pagka pumasok tayo doon sa 450 or lower than 450, ang background natin blue, tapos yung text natin yellow. Okay? So, lower than 450 or lower than 50 or equal to 450. Okay. So, balik tayo dito sa code natin habang nasa background natin yung output. We have three rules na in-apply dito. One is for yung initial CSS natin. Pagka in-open mo yung browser o pagka in-open mo yung page, ang initial, especially pagka naka-maximum yung size ng browser. So, ang mag-i-style or gagamitin na style is yung sa body. Okay? Then, nag-resize ka ng browser, umabot doon sa 650, yung maximum, pinaka-maximum na yun, no? Nung dinesign natin. Okay? 650 or lower than 650, yung background natin will become light blue. Okay? Then si body, yung CSS rule natin with the body selector element, hindi na siya in effect. Okay? Ang in effect ngayon is this at media only screen and maximum width is equals to 650px. Okay? Then, pinaliit pa natin yung browser natin. Umabot ng less than or equal to 450px. So, ang in effect ngayon na CSS natin, since ito yung meron tayong condition, okay, it uses the @media rule to include a block of CSS properties only if a certain condition is true. Okay, so na-meet natin yung condition na to. Na-meet natin yung condition na to kanina. Okay, and then currently, ito yung condition na na-meet natin. Kaya yung background natin naging blue and yung text natin doon sa paragraph naging yellow. Okay? And what if kung halimbawa naguluhan ka yung CSS mo, yung initial CSS mo sa ilalim or ganito yung order ng CSS mo. So nagmamadali ka. This is a common error. Tapos nagtatakbo na yun. Bakit hindi naman yung CSS rule mo hindi naman nangyayari? Okay? Walang epekto. Okay? So, ngayon, ito na yung maximum mo, no? Maximum width natin. Okay? Tapos, punta tayo doon sa 650. Okay, parang walang nangyayari, di ba? So, ang nangyari ngayon, iba. Iba yung nangyari. So, nawala yung 650 and also yung 450. So, importante rin yung yung sequence ng CSS. Okay? Importante rin yun. Yung paano mo define inside of your CSS file or inside of the style HTML tag. Okay. Naintindihan nyo ba, class?
Yes po, sir.
Okay. So, yung simple lang yung pinakita kong example. Just to show to you ano yung epekto when using the @media. Okay? So, si @media, pagka ito yung na-meet, no, yung condition, siya yung in effect. The rest, hindi. Hindi sila ginagamit. Okay? Then, meron pa ako ibang example. X-2. Okay. So it's just an example ng design. Okay? So you have the header, ito banner, yung my website with the flexible layout. And then you have the navigation dito. Okay? So responsive to. So you have the about me, meron kang photo dito, then yung image mo. Okay? Then some text, tapos or image, kung meron pa, then title heading. Okay. So, yung pagkaka-arrange niya is vertical. Check natin. Teka muna. Reduce natin. Okay. Using developer tools and also yung, ito na, portrait, gamitin natin. Then the port is 340. So width, 340. Tapos 6, 7. So sa kung mapapansin ninyo, ito yung possible problem na ma-encounter ninyo. May mga overlapping. Pero itong design na to is actually no, with other browser. Okay? Hindi siya lalabas ng tama using Internet Explorer version 11. Okay? So nag-a-adjust siya ng kusa. Okay? Dito isa lang at media. Ito lang. Maximum width 700 px. So ibig sabihin lower than or equal to 700 px yung website mo magre-response. Okay? Magre-response yung website. So, bibigay ko yung mga example kasi. And then, another example, ito ilan yung lahat ng bakit lahat? May pakita ko sa inyo bakit. Balik tayo sa PowerPoint. Okay. So, yung number 5, how you design and define your media queries. The media queries can be used to check many things, such as the width and height of the viewport, the width and height of the device, the orientation, tablet or ng mobile phone, okay? And also yung resolution. Okay? So, hindi nyo naiisipin yung hindi nyo naiintindihin kung ano ba yung um, specification ng device na mag-open ng website mo. Okay? Kasi actually, yung mga old design, since wala namang wala namang mga ganyan before, ang tawag nga na or yung term na ginagamit sa mga website design is agnostic design. Kasi regardless kung anong device ang gagamitin ng visitor, hindi iniintindi o walang iniisip yung designer o yung web developer kung ano yung device na mag-o-open. Kaya agnostic kasi hindi niya alam. Mag-o-open yung website using different devices. Okay? Pero hindi niya na alamin kung paano mag-appear yung website doon sa mga devices. Okay? Kasi kaya nga ang term na ginagamit nila is agnostic web design. Kasi hindi mo alam paano mag-appear yung website mo. Okay? Since lumabas si Atmedia and siya na yung bahala kung paano mag-arrange or paano gamitin kunin yung specification ng mobile device and utilize yung specification na yun. So how will you define your media queries using this syntax? You have the @media, not only, so meron kang option. And then what media type and the media feature and or not media feature. So yung not is the not keyword inverts the meaning of an entire media query. And the only keyword prevents older browsers that do not support media queries with media features from applying the specified styles. It has no effect on modern browsers. And the end keyword combines a media feature with a media type or other media features. They are all optional. However, if you use not or only, you must also specify a media type. So ito yung mga values pwedeng gamitin. Could be all, print, screen, or speech. So yung all is the default value and it used for all media types devices. Pagka ipiprint mo yung part of your website. So ipiprint mo. Instead na mag-output siya doon sa screen. And then yung value screen used for computer screens, tablets or smartphones. Or pagka speech value naman, used for screen readers that reads the page out loud. Naka-experience naman kayo nito sa I think sa Android meron ganito, sa Windows meron din ganito. Babasahin mismo yung text. Okay? And meron kang option kung anong voice ang gagamitin mo. Okay? Merong girl, merong male, no? Male and female. No? Sa male, may mga different voice, no? Kung kaninong voice yung gagamitin mo. And that is downloadable. Okay, for media features at the end, I can share this PDF sa mamaya sa MS Teams. Now, for the breakpoints, ito yung pinaka-importante. If you are planning for your website to open multiple devices, including your mobile, tablets, okay, ito yung kailangan mo. So define your breakpoints. Simply put, breakpoints determine when the fluid grid of a site will change size and when content on a page will be rearranged, hidden, or swapped out. Breakpoints are often, but not always, based on common screen sizes for different devices. Anong suggested breakpoints for typical devices? Okay. Yung number one, for extra small devices, like yung phones, tapos equal or lower than 600 px yung width. Okay, yun yung ibig sabihin niya. So this is the syntax. At media only screen and the maximum width is 600 px. Then yung CSS code mo. Okay? So kung na-meet ng browser or ng device yung maximum width 600 px, so yung code mo or yung CSS rules mo, yun ang magkakaroon ng style. Okay? For small devices like naka-portraits in tablets or yung mas malalaking phones, no? Minimum width naman 600 px. Okay? So ibig sabihin, more than 600 px, ito yung magkakaroon ng style. Okay? So minimum 600 px or higher or equal to 600 px, ito yung magkakaroon ng style. So that is for portrait tablets and yung mga malalaking phones. For the medium devices, naka-landscape na tablet, kung mapapansin nyo, walang height. No? walang height dito. Puro minimum width, maximum width. Okay? So for the landscape tablets, width pa rin, 768 px and up. Okay? So kung yung minimum width is 600 or 768 68 px, so ito yung magi-style, no, doon sa HTML mo. Okay? So kung sa page mo or sa CSS mo, meron kang lahat nito, and then your device like tablet tapos naka-landscape, you have you have this option na mag-i-style, no? Kasi nasa kanya yung ano, no, ang tawag dito. Balikan natin yung sinasabi ko kanina. Yung kumbaga yung condition is true. Okay? And then for the large devices, laptops, desktop, yung minimum width is 992 px. Okay? Pagka naman extra large devices, mas malalaking size ng screen, no? Minimum width is 1200 px. Okay? Pagka lower than 1200 px, ito 'yon. Okay? Pagka lower than 992, ito 'yon. Ito yung mag-execute or mag-i-style doon sa HTML mo. Pagka lower than 768, ito naman 'yon. Okay? Pagka lower 600 px, pasok naman to. Kasi naka-maximum naman siya. Okay? Any question, class?
None so far po.
Let's try another example. Ito parehas lang din. Lakihan ko lang. Parehas lang nung una. Pero yung part nung ang nag-change. No? Yung XMED3, ito yun, XMED3. So lahat nung lahat nung 5 suggested breakpoints, nilagay ko dito. So, landscape, custom, 340 by 60. Okay. Pagka-portrait, okay. Okay, ito naman, pakita ko sa inyo, ha? So ito, using yung tinatawag na 12 grid. Okay. So yung design, let's say naka-maximize yung yung browser natin. Yung design ng page, meron kang header, tapos ito na yung content. Yung content inside of the body divided into 3 columns. Okay, divided into 3 columns. Pero pagka nag-resize ka ng browser, ayan. Okay, so nag-divide, nag-ano na siya, no? Nagsiswap out na. Okay. Then sa program, ganito naman yan. So meron ka how many CSS. Okay. So dalawa na, tatlo lang, no? This is for yung initial CSS mo. Okay, hanggang dito. Pero meron kang CSS or @media using @media for your CSS, dalawa. Minimum width 600 px and also minimum width 768 px. Okay. Then, merong tinatawag na 12 grid. Yung 12 grid, it's up to you paano mo siya i-design. Pero ano yan, yung 12 grid is kinukuha doon sa ano yung dinefine mo size. Okay? Yan yun. Let's say yung first grid mo, which is yung column 1 hanggang column 12, ito yung grid mo, tinatawag. Hanap tayo ng example. Pwede na natin ito. Google. Okay. Grid. Images. Okay, yan. So sa design, papansin niyo, no? Yan, iba-iba. Okay, so you have to follow. Ito merong 960, merong 120, 1200 px. So, depende doon sa resolution. Nakikita niyo ba, class?
Nakikita po.
Okay. So, depende. Ito muna, halimbawa, magdi-design ka ng website. So, kung hindi kayo gagamit ang template, good. So, magdi-design ka ngayon ng website. So, 12 grid to. Each 12 grid, may mga spaces. So, mga standard spacing yan. Pwedeng 20px, pwedeng 5px, pwedeng 10px. Depende doon sa design mo. Okay? Then, ito yung susundan mo sa mga to align yung content. Okay? So, dito, ito, iba-iba na yung design. Let's say, ganito yung magiging content mo. Using the 12 grid, ito yung lalabas. Okay? Then, you can also follow yung mga ganitong design. Okay? Then, marami, no? Marami kang pwedeng paggamitan. Ito. Okay, so, halimbawa, ganito yung magiging layout mo. You can design using the 12 grid. Okay? Yung 12 grid naman, nag-start yan actually sa 960. 960px. Ibig sabihin, i-divide mo yung 960px into 12 grid or 12 columns. Okay? Ngayon, ganun yung size ng website mo. Okay? Kung gusto mo mas malaki, you can use the 1024px. Okay, so i-divide mo yung 1024 into 12 columns. So yun yung size ng ano mo, ah, yung website mo, no? Okay, so hindi lalagpas yung website mo beyond 1024. Meron din naman na 1200 px. Okay, so ito na yung design mo or yung size ng browser on website mo. Okay, so from your home page hanggang sa mga inner pages, ito na yung susundin mo. Okay, kasi baka sa mga ano no, sa mga magde-design. Ang initial ano niyan, ang initial na iisipin niyan. Paano ko nga ba i-design yung website? I-occupy ko ba yung buong columns o yung buong ano, buong width ng browser? Okay? Hindi naman standard to. But you have the guidelines. Yes. You have the guidelines. And most of the computer ngayon, high resolution na. Okay? High resolution na. Wala ka na makukuha na. Kung 960 ang gagamitin, parang ang payat-payat na. Pag lumabas doon sa ano sa tawag ito, sa display ng laptop. Okay? Ang payat no, 960. Baka parang nasa uh, one-third ng screen. Okay? And then yung 1024, just siguro mga 10 years ago or 8 years ago, yun yung ginagamit. Okay? Yung 1200 is a good choice. Kasi ang dito sa yung resolution ng ano ko, ng screen ko ano display settings. Ano, no? 1920. Okay? Yan yung width. Ang height is 1080. Pero you don't mind about the height. Okay? So, kung pwede mong gamitin yung 1920 as a maximum, pero i-divide mo yan into 12 columns. Okay? Pero kung merong mas malaki dyan, paano mo i-display yung ano? Yung magdi-display yan, no? Pero gigit na siya. Okay? So magkakaroon pa rin ng spacing doon sa left and right side. Okay? So depende doon sa design. Depende doon sa kung paano nyo i-layout yung website. But you have the guidelines to present yung website ninyo. Okay? So okay na tayo, class? Dito sa ano? Sa responsive.
Yes po.
Okay. So ito yung size ng ano, no? Size ng columns yan. Okay. Percentage ang ginamit since depende doon sa size ng browser. No? Basta sa kanya, yung each column, regardless the size ng browser, 8.33 yan. Okay? 8.33 yan. So, ano lang naman yan? Ganun lang din naman yung sa susunod. Okay? Mag-i-increase lang. Ito. So, close ko na yan. Let's go to the JSON naman. O gusto nyo muna mag-break? Break muna tayo. Ha? 15 minutes? Okay lang ba? Para ma-refresh.
Sige lang po, sir.
Okay, sige. Break tayo 15 minutes. Ha? Balik tayo ng 3:10. Hanggang 3:30 lang pala tayo. Kala ko 3 hours yung ano. yung time natin ngayon. Nandiyan na ba kayo?
Yes po, sir.
Sige, tuloy na natin. Alala ko 3:30 lang pala tayo. Okay. So, may time pa naman. So, after ng web responsive design lecture, we have now the JSON lecture. Script, object notation. Okay. So, isa ito sa mga pinaka-importante sa web development. And sa industry, ito yung isa sa mga ginagamit. So, doon sa XML, meron ding JSON. And JSON is evolution ng XML. Okay, XML is parang HTML din. Pero sa XML, hindi um, walang tag no, na predefined. Ikaw magde-define ng tag. Okay? So what is JSON? JSON stands for JavaScript Object Notation. And JSON is a text format for storing and transporting data. Okay, so walang programming dito. JSON is a text format, excuse me po, for storing and transporting data. JSON is a lightweight data interchange format. Okay, so data lang siya, but data format. And JSON is easy to read and write. And JSON is language independent. JSON supports array, objects, strings, number, and values. Okay? Bakit JSON is language independent? Kasi kahit na anong language, programming language na gamitin, pwede siyang i-open. Pwede siyang gamitin, pwede siyang basahin, i-program. Okay? So JSON uses JavaScript syntax, but the JSON format is text only. And text can be read and used as data format by any programming language. Okay, so the JSON syntax is a subset of the JavaScript syntax. Okay, example. So this is a JSON format. Inside of the curly braces enclosed with a single quote, no? Merong parang name and value or key and value. Okay? Both the key and value or name and value enclosed with double quote. Okay? So partner yung dalawa. In example, we have a key name and a kidlat value. Okay? Then to separate yung name and key natin or yung key and value, we have a comma. Then yung next key and value natin is age with a value 30. Okay? So since integer to, wala siyang double quote. Hindi siya naka-enclose. And another example is a car key with a value null. Null is not a string value and null is not also an integer or a numeric value. Okay? Ang kaibahan ng syntax with the JavaScript, yung key hindi naka-enclose ng double quote. Okay? Double quote ang ginagamit, not a single quote. Okay? And hindi enclosed ng ng single or double quote, no? Yung nasa loob ng curly braces. So there are rules to follow with the JSON syntax. The JSON syntax is derived from JavaScript object notation syntax. Data is in name and value pairs. Data is separated by commas, and curly braces hold objects, while the square brackets hold the arrays. Okay? So pagka nakakita ka ng arrays, yung JSON syntax na yun is array. Pagka curly braces, like in this example, that is object. Okay, so JSON data is written as name and value pairs. Name and value pairs consist of a field name and a double quotes, followed by a colon, followed by a value. Okay, so another example, para mas maintindihan pa natin. So these are the objects. Yung example natin, we have the name, age, and a car. Tapos yung mga value niya. And separate with a comma. And it defines an object with three properties: the name, the age, and also your car. And each property has a value. If you parse the JSON strings with the JavaScript program, you can access the data as an object. Okay, so for example, yung object name is, ang value is this, no? So yung object, we have the name. Then we have yung another object, we have the age. Another object, we have the car. Okay? Then kung kukunin natin siya using a JavaScript. So we have this example. A variable cname equals object.name. Para doon sa variable ch, we have a value object.age. Para sa value ng a variable ccar, we have a value object.car. Okay. And why use JSON? Saan ba pwedeng gamitin si JSON? For sending data and storing data. For sending data, since the JSON format is text only, it can easily be sent to and from a server and used as a data format by any programming language. Kaya independent siya. Okay. So for storing data, when storing data, the data has to be a certain format. And regardless of where you choose to store it, text is always one of the legal formats. JSON makes it possible to store JavaScript objects as text. Okay, so this is not a programming language. Ulit ko lang. For sending data and also storing data. So for the JSON that evaluates to JavaScript objects, the JSON format is almost identical to JavaScript objects. So we have an example of two objects. No? Ito yung JSON object natin. This is the format. And sa JavaScript, sabi ko nga, yung name, wala siyang, or yung name object, wala siyang double quote or single quote. No? So we have the various JSON values. A string, a number, an object, JSON object, an array, a boolean, and a null. In JavaScript, lahat to can be a JavaScript value plus a function, a date, or undefined. So we have an example of JSON strings. Nakita na natin yan kanina. Yung name and value. Name, value is kidlat, and both pairs includes with a double quote. And for the JSON number, the value of the age object is not enclosed with a double quote. Pagka object naman yung JSON, you have an employee object. So ito, iba naman yung format nito, no? So you have the employee object and a value. Okay. So you have a value 3. Name, object, Agapito, yun yung value niya. Object age with a value 30 and object city with a value Manila. And now we have the JSON arrays example. You have an object employees, then yung value niya is in array. Okay? So meron tayo dyan, Anna, and also yung Peter. For JSON booleans, you have two values, true or false. And for the JSON null, we could have a null value for the object with the name. And because JSON syntax is derived from JavaScript object notation, very little extra software is needed to work with JSON with JavaScript. And with JavaScript, you can create an object and assign data to it, like in this example. Okay. So we have a variable person equals this JavaScript object. And in JavaScript, we can access yung JavaScript object by using a person object. Okay. So kanina, ang ginamit natin is an object and then yung name, no? So same din doon sa using JSON. But this time you have the person variable and also the object. Okay, person name, or we could use the square bracket to get the value of yung name object. And also yung age and also yung city. Okay, so to get, this is an example of a JavaScript object. So kukunin natin yung object using the JavaScript DOM. So let me edit this. Slide 14. Tayo sa slide 14. And copy yung small program natin. Choose all. Save as. Okay, so we have the output. So using Internet Explorer version 11, to get the value of object name using this paragraph with an attribute ID, value my ID. So lalagyan natin siya ng content with value of X. Okay? So yung value ng X is, ito yung variable natin, then yung object, name, value is Agapito. Okay? And that would be the value of X. No? So yun yung i-display natin. So we have yung value after no first paragraph access sa JavaScript object. Okay? And using another form, yung nakaano naman siya, using square bracket, palitan lang natin, no? Instead of period or dot, square bracket yung gagamitin natin. Then we could get the same result, no? You can change this into age or yung city para makita natin it's a different value. Okay? Manila na yung value natin. Another example, modify the object. Kita naman natin yung agapito with a different name, no? By assigning a different value doon sa object name. Okay? The same paragraph with an attribute value demo, lalagyan natin siya ng content, no? Na mga galing doon sa a new name, no? Which is yung Macario. So instead of agapito, ang magiging value natin, papalitan natin ng Macario. So it's already saved. Refresh. Okay. So we have now a different value ng object name. Okay. So the JSON file must be saved with the JSON extension name. Kung merong extension na, or kung merong external JSON file, no? So it should be saved with that JSON extension name. Okay, and what could be the format of your JSON file? So this is the example. It's a nested sample with an object and array. Okay, so we have employees object and an array, JSON array. Doon sa JSON array natin, we have a value or yung object and value, name, and also yung email. Okay. Ito, comparison ng JSON and also yung XML. Sa JSON, ito yung format natin. We have the employees as an object. Then, inside of the object is an array of name and emails, no, with their values. Sa XML, ganito naman yung format. Okay? So, ikaw ang magde-define ng XML tag. So, sa XML, meron ding opening and closing tag. So, hindi bawal mag-create ng ano yun? Yung tubig, 100. Okay? Sa XML, walang limitation kung ano yung tag na gagamitin mo, no? As long as na related doon sa data na gagawin mo. No? So XML is also for storing and sending data. Okay? Kaya lang, doon sa comparison between the two, mas mahirap daw kasi hindi siya user friendly or mahirap basahin. Okay? So kung sa HTML merong attributes, sa XML meron ding attributes to improve yung yung handling ng data. Okay? So yung employees natin, ang tawag dyan sa XML, you have the a parent tag. Okay, so this is a parent tag. We have the employees. Then inside of the parent tag, meron tayong employee. So ito yung child. Okay, Ito yung child, yung employee. Parang yung employee, siguro ang gawin natin dyan is to correct, no? Employer. So you have employer, tapos employee. No? You have 3 employees. Okay? And yung employee is a child. Then inside of a child tag, employee, meron kang mga subchild. Okay? We have the name and also yung email. Okay? Pero hindi dito yung yung focus ng lecture natin. Kung meron tayong lecture for mobile, so i-discuss ko 'yan para makakuha natin paano kukunin yung data, no, inside of the XML file. Okay. So, to break down yung comparison between the JSON and XML, we have the JSON stands for JavaScript Object Notation, while the XML stands for Extensible Markup Language. JSON is simple to read and write, while the XML is less simple than JSON. JSON is easy to learn, and XML is less easy to learn than JSON. JSON is data-oriented. XML is document-oriented. So po pwede rin siyang gamitin for document sending. JSON doesn't provide display capabilities. You need to make an algorithm para mabasa mo or para ma-display mo yung JSON or para ma-display mo si JSON. While si XML provides the capability to display data because it is a markup language. Okay? So JSON supports array, XML doesn't support array. So may mga limitation din, no? Si XML. JSON is less secure than XML. XML is more secure than JSON. So ito yung limitation ni JSON. JSON files are more human readable than XML. XML files are less human readable. So depende doon sa babasa. JSON supports only text and number and data type. Ito yung maganda kay XML. XML support many data types such as text, number, images, charts, graphs, etc. Moreover, XML offers options for transferring the format or the structure of data with actual data. Okay. XML, they are both still using in the industry. Okay, yan. JSON object sample, okay. Meron na tayo niyan. JSON array, okay na yan. Object string, tapos na tayo dito. Okay, boolean. Okay. So this is a nested. Kanina, meron din tayong nested, but a nested object. We have the first name, last name, the age, and the address. So address is it's a composite field, no? Ibig sabihin, it can be breakdown into several parts, no? Meron city, meron street, region, and also zip code, no? Okay? So si address object has also a different objects, no? Dito sa example natin. Okay, JSON array storing string values. We have the 7 names of the day. JSON array of numbers. The JSON array of booleans. And the JSON array having 4 objects. Meron tayong employee objects. And meron siyang array. Example, no? Parang yung kanina rin. And the JSON multidimensional array. And how about comments? JSON doesn't support comments. It is not a standard, but you can do some tricks such as adding extra attribute for comment in JSON object. Okay, so hindi supported ng JSON ang comments, but you can work around. You can work around like yung maglalagay ka ng comments, no, as an extra attribute. then yung value niya. Okay? So, kung ipoprocess mo siya, meron nakalagay na comments, the program or algorithm, pwede mo siyang gawa ng small program as part of the program or ng algorithm na yung comments i-bypass. Okay? Then, now we have the PHP JSON. PHP allows you to encode and decode JSON by using the JSON encode function and the JSON decode function also. The JSON encode function returns the JSON representation of a value, and it converts the PHP variable containing array into JSON. So, yung first example natin using the JSON encode function. And we have 3 parameters, the value, options, and also yung depth. So, ito yung mga parameter. Value is required. It specifies the value to be encoded. And then the options. Options are optional. So, ang dami niyan. And then the depth is also optional. It specifies the maximum depth. So, to give you an example, edit natin to. So, we still have 32 slide na tayo. 62, bali 30 slides na lang. Pero, 32. Sige, last na to. So, in this example, we will encode yung array natin into a JSON object, JSON object format. So, doon sa array natin, we have the Iron Man, Mighty Thor, and Black Widow. Okay? And tingnan natin, kailangan natin ng PHP. Since yung program natin is a PHP, then we need to XAMPP, run yung XAMPP control panel. And save this file. Okay, so running na yung kasama na yung Apache. No? And also yung MySQL. Then we could save this, save as, doon tayo sa XAMPP, htdocs, JSON lecture, JSON lec, .php. Okay. Tingnan natin kung running tayo. Localhost. Host. JSON lec / JSON lec.php. Okay, so we have the output. So it's now a JSON object format. Okay, so stop muna natin dito, class. 3:31 na. So we will continue next meeting Monday. Okay? Wala pa akong activity na ibibigay sa inyo for this lecture. Hindi pa tayo tapos. Pero yung activity for responsive website design, yung Jake's Coffee. Gagawin yung responsive yung Jake's Coffee. Meron na kayo lang, di ba?
Wala pa po, sir.
Wala kayong Jake's Coffee Shop? Sa CSS lecture?
Hindi niyo po pinagawa.
Erin, wala pa?
Wala pa po, sir.
Oo, ganun ba?
Ang activities pa lang po, sir, na binibigay niyo po yung order form pa lang po, tsaka yung survey form. Yun lang po talaga. Dalawa pa lang.
Okay. So, sige, pakita ko lang sa inyo. No? Ito yung i-upload ko mamaya. May in-upload kasi ko rito para mas makatulong na rin sa inyo. Sa Jake's Coffee activity, kasi naka-upload to eh. Yan. Sa akin to, no? Pwede nyo i-download, no? So, it's a Jake's Coffee Shop. So, nandito yung yung step-by-step programming. Um, tayo sa lecture. Ay, mali. Jake's Coffee Shop. Yan. Okay. So, pupuntahan nyo lang kung gusto nyo makita yung paano yung coding niya. Okay. So, sa CSS lecture kasi to, so we have a Jake's Coffee Shop. Itong nakikita nyo is an HTML file. Okay? So, pagka nakapag-HTML ka na, ganito yung output without CSS. Merong guide, meron kayong guide dito. Applying your CSS, ito na yung lalabas. And ano yung gagamitin? Ito. Okay? So, ano yung color ng text? Anong color ng body? Nung header and footer? Anong color ng navigation? And anong font type? Okay? Then, you should write an external CSS file. You need to modify the original HTML file only to link to this style sheet. No? The markup sections using div tags and set appropriate class and ID. So dito, meron kang div tags dito. No? Ito yung navigation and also yung content. Ito yung header, Jake's Coffee Shop, and then yung footer, nandito yung copyright. Okay? So ang gagawin nyo rito, separate HTML, ito yun. Tapos, i-apply nyo yung CSS, ganito na ang lalabas. Okay? Then, i-apply nyo rin yung responsive lecture, gagawin nyo responsive to. Bawa, si Jake's Copy, header, wala naman logo yan. No? Ito na yung pinaka-logo niya. Then, anong gagawin nyo doon sa navigation? Pagka mobile or smaller device, dapat ano siya, no? Naka-hamburger type menu. And then, kung meron kang image dito and also yung content, so paano mo siya gagawin? Okay? And lahat ng links, no, menu, music, jobs, functional. The ideal design for this website is a single HTML pero functional yung menu, music, and jobs. Okay? Yun yung ideal. Kasi, um, for example, in reality, ito na yung website ng isang client, ni Jake. Tapos ipo-publish mo siya sa internet. Okay? Ang design mo ganito lang naman. Tapos ang ginawa mo to make it um uh, easier to develop yung menu, music and jobs, kinopya mo lang yung HTML. Pinapalitan mo lang yung content. Okay? So, kung meron kang home, menu, music, and jobs, 4 na HTML yan. Okay? Tapos isa yung sa CSS file mo. So, that is the easiest way. Kaya lang, that is not ideal and correct. No? Hindi tama yon. Okay? And since you have already the JavaScript lecture, gagamitan nyo na siya ng JavaScript lecture. No? So, yung design ninyo, so from HTML, single HTML, um, functional yung home, menu, music, and also jobs. Okay? Yung home, ito na yung home, menu. Then dito, yung part na to, which is the content area, ano yung mga ino-offer nung coffee shop. And then music, you could have a different genre no, ng mga audios. Pwedeng lagyan nyo ng audio talaga. It's okay. Depende sa inyo kung ano yung paano nyo i-design. No? And then for the jobs, item, menu, kung meron bang ino-offer na job opening dito sa coffee shop, okay? Then iisa-isahin mo 'yon, nakabulat din. Ano yung mga requirements, okay? Nakuha niyo, class?
Yes po.
Okay. So ibibigay ko rin sa inyo 'to para doon sa yung submission, sige, I can give you 2 weeks for this activity. Kasama na yung yung responsive. Kasama na yung responsiveness niya. Okay? Kasi ito, magagawa nyo to kahit na after this lecture, panoorin nyo lang yung videos. No? So, dapat wala akong makikitang CSS doon sa HTML. Ha? Walang inline, walang internal CSS. No? External CSS lahat. Okay? That's materials, lectures. Ito na, no? JavaScript. Tapos, yung ibang lecture, JSON. Responsive.
Pati po sir yung ano po, yung PHP session po.
Oo nga, no? Wala pa. Uh, Saan ba yun? PHP session. Session. Yun. Um, okay. Uploading. Tapos, okay. Okay na po. May utang pa ba ako? Wala na siguro.
Yung PowerPoint po nun sir, yung session na upload na po. Yung PowerPoint po mismo.
Yung PHP session, lecture, actually, Akong PowerPoint. Ano. Ito, yung ano. Ano ba akong PowerPoint? Let me check. Yung session lecture. Mali ako nalagay. Sana. Yung okay. Okay na po. May ano pa? May concern pa, class?
Sir?
Yes.
Sir, pwede po ba kami mag-stay online po para po mapag-usapan niyo sa final project po? May concern lang po sana kami gustong erase.
Ano na?
May concern lang po kami na i-erase po para sa final project po namin.
Okay. Sige.
Sa group po namin lang, sir, sana.
Okay. Sige, sige. So may iwan kayo?
Yes po, sir. Yes po, yes po.
Sige, sige. Okay. Pwede bang mag-photo ops na muna? Paki-open lang yung mga camera. Okay. Ready on 3? 1, 2, 3. Smile. Okay. Maraming salamat. Ingat kayo. See you next Monday.
Sir, nakalimutan ko
Yes.
po pala. Yung CSS activity po ba by group or individual po? Yung Jake's Coffee.
Sige, gawin natin by group para mas madali na.
Sige po, sir. Thank you po.
Okay.
Thank you po, sir. Stay safe po.
Hello po, sir. Good afternoon po.
Yes.
So regarding po kasi sa final project po namin, meron po kasi kaming nakatulad po na idea. And the problem po is ano po, naumpisa na po namin yung responsive website design, then may nakuha na rin po kaming client. Pero po nung na-post na Erin yung mismo Excel, nauna po sila mag-comments namin, sir. So by default, sila po yung napili na magstay dun sa idea. As lang po sana namin, sir, kung okay lang po na magkaparehas kami ng idea, do magkaiba naman po kami ng implementation ng website design.
May client kayo?
Meron po kami nakuha na medical students po from other schools po. From other school
Okay.
po.
Sige, okay lang. Magkaiba naman yung gagawin ninyo. Magkaibang group naman yan eh. Basta
Yes po, sir.
Oo, basta't papakita nyo lang sa akin na hindi kayo identical ng design,
Apo.
idea, pero magkakaparehas ng idea pero hindi eksakto. Diba?
Yes po, sir. Yes po. Apo.
Okay lang. Walang problema.
Okay po, sir. Thank you po, sir. Thank you po.
Okay, sige. Yun
Yun
lang
lang
ba?
naman po yung concern namin.
Okay.
Apo,
Sir,
yes po, yes po.
meron pa po isa, sir.
Oh, yes, sige.
Confirm ko lang po yung para sa final project. Legal po bang gumamit ng template or framework para sa website? Or bawal po talaga siya?
Ito yung bawal sa final project. Bawal ang template. So, kamukha nung pinakita ko sa inyo kanina doon sa sa W3 Schools website. Bawal gumawa o gumamit ng template. Okay? Ang pwede kayong gumamit ng mga jQuery, Bootstrap, any library, frameworks, pwede yun.
Okay, sir. Thank you po.
Okay? So, clear na tayo. Pero yung template, bawal yun. Kasi, ang programming na lang na gagawin nyo ron, back-end na lang design. Kailangan nyo mag-design din.
Okay po, sir.
Okay? Sige.
Thank you po,
Thank
sir.
you po.
Thank you po.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Thank you po, sir. Stay safe po.
Okay, thank you. Ingat-ingat din.